The word Ajanta conjures up before one's vision a dream of beauty, of caves hidden in the midst of a lonely glen with a streamlet flowing down below. Caves that were scooped out into the heart of the rock so that the pious Buddhist monks wanting a retreat from the busy world could live and pray there. Caves that they embellished with architectural details, with a mastery over the chisel, with sculpture of no mean order, and above all, with paintings of infinite charm. Rolling hills of the Maharashtra plateau encompass them, and the streamlet Vaghora, after a precipitous fall, cuts a gorge in front, later to emerge into an open valley. Looking down from the top of the opposite hill, from a spot called the viewpoint, one sees the hill with the caves spread out in a curve, and the caves themselves like dark recesses punctured into the rock. The caves of Ajanta are situated on the northern fringe of the Maharashtra plateau, in district Aurangabad of the present-day Maharashtra state. The height of the caves is roughly 430 meters above mean sea level. They are approached by road either from Aurangabad or from Jalgaon. There are about 30 caves excavated in two phases. In the first phase, caves 9, 10, 12, 13 and 15A were carved under the rule of the Satavahanas between 1st century BC and 1st century AD. It is also known as the Hinayana phase, when the Buddha was not painted or carved in his image. In the second phase, the rest of the caves were excavated under the rule of the Vakatakas during late 5th century AD. It is also known as the Mahayana phase, when the Buddha was painted and carved in his image. The only reference to the caves in ancient literature is that by Huan, the celebrated Chinese pilgrim who stayed in India for 15 years in the first half of the 7th century. Though he did not visit Ajanta, his description is interesting. In the east of this country was a mountain range, ridges one above another in succession, tiers of peaks and sheer summits. Here was a monastery, the base of which was in a dark defile, and its lofty halls and deep chambers were quarried in the cliff and rested on the peak. Its tiers of halls and storied terraces had the cliff on their back and faced the ravine. This monastery had been built by Achalo of West India. Within the establishment was a large temple above 100 feet high, in which was a stone image of the Buddha above 70 feet high. The image was surmounted by a tier of 7 canopies, unattached and unsupported, each canopy separated from the one above it by the space of 3 feet. The walls of this temple had depicted on them the incidents of Buddha's career as Bodhisattva, including the circumstances of his attaining Bodhi until final passing away. All great and small were here delineated. Outside the gate of the monastery, on either side north and south, was a stone elephant. Time was when the Ajanta paintings were frequently compared with other paintings like the Chinese, early Renaissance and so on. It is now realized that the Ajanta art, born and nurtured on the indigenous soil and inspired by an indigenous religion, has a claim to be judged in its own right, and its appreciation need not rise and fall by external comparisons.
Ellora is located on an ancient trade route connecting the ancient ports and ancient cities. Ellora Caves, locally known as Verul Leni, due to their location near the El Ganga river, about 34 km from Aurangabad, the district headquarters. Here more than 100 caves datable from 6th century AD to 11th century AD. Out of them, 34 caves are important and are divided into three groups as Buddhist caves 1 to 12, Hindu caves 13 to 29, and Jaina caves 30 to 34. In 1983, Ellora caves included in the list of World Heritage by the UNESCO. The Buddhist caves, except caves number 10, are viharas and are excavated between 450 AD to 650 AD. They were once fully painted. This is cave number 10 and only one Chaitya Vihara at Ellora. The most remarkable features of this cave are decorated facade with number of phrases of animals and couples. The Chaitya window, music gallery, row of pillars, side asanas, figures of Lord Buddha in preaching mudra on the stupa flank by Padmapani and Vajrapani. Due to its richly carving, the cave known as Carpenter's House or Sutarachi Jhopadi. This is cave number 12, the largest vihara at Ellora and locally called as Teen Tal due to 3-story. The cave's consistent figure of Lord Buddha in different posture are preaching mudra, Bhumisparsha mudra, Atimanushya Buddha and Mahamanava Buddha flanked by Bodhisattvas. Cave number 16 is one of the most important and the largest monolithic cave temple in India. Its excavation was started under Krishna first. The Rashtrakuta monarch carried out in several phases and spread over many regimes of the Rashtrakuta rulers. The main entrance is flanked by the different images of Vishnu and Shiva. At the front after the entrance, there is a beautiful sculpture of Gajalakshmi. The depiction of Mahabharata and Ramayana panel of great epic are important here. The sculpture gallery and massive plinth, which is heavily molded with a central frieze occupied by boldly carved elephants and lions, are noteworthy here. The main temple called as Rangamahal has beautifully carved pillar and dancing Nataraj figure on ceiling. Once temple was fully painted. This is cave number 21, locally known as Rameshwar and dedicated to Shiva. It is famous for richly carved pillar, pilaster and bracket figures and sculpture panel inside. The panel of Shiva Parvati playing the chess, Ravana shaking Kailash and Saptamatrika are important here. The panel of river goddess Ganga is really a masterpiece of Ellora art. This is cave number 29 and is locally known as Sita Ki Nahani. Due to mistakenly named the cut figure of goddess Yamuna as Sita. The sculpture panel of Andhakasur Samvar, Saptamatrika and Ravana shaking Kailash are noteworthy here. This is front view of Jaina group of caves. Caves number 32 to 34. The caves number 32 is locally known as Indrasabha. The courtyard has monolithic elephant and huge monolithic Manastambha. The walls are full of Parshvanath, Mahavir, Gomateshwar, Ambika, Matanga and Siddhika sculpture. The most notable feature is the varied and variegated designs of the pillars and interconnecting passages from caves number 32 to 33. The caves number 33 is dedicated to Digambar sect of Jainism 10 to 11th century AD.